afternoon, ladies. Coming to you today live from both scratch tires momentarily. We did have per game. Joining me, as he usually does, Aaron Zombro Jr.
So,
We have a, look pretty. Sorry for the lagging issue. I'm going to change how we're on.
Trindle Bowl for our Baker format stepladder finals for today's 21 and under doubles event here in Mechanicsburg, PA. Time to introduce our 5 teams in each division competing for the title. Starting the scratch division, our number 5 seed team is Matthew Damian and Severo Gordon. In the first match, they'll be taking on our number 4 seeds, Trevor Ashby and Mary Beth Baker.
all right, our number 3 seed in the scratch division is Cameron Brown and Trevor Courtney. The number 2 seed coming in for the scratch division. We have Lucas Francis and Darren Zumbro III.
Because this is the first time we have to use it since you changed, and I don't have the password.
And our leaders in the scratch division that lap the field pretty much.
Right, but you're no
Aiden
longer on
Davis
AT&T.
and Brandon
You're on
Bowe.
Verizon, right? Right, but you're on Verizon, so
Sorry about the little difficulties here. I hope everything is coming across. Jason is still looking at his stuff here.
as long as I keep it at 3 bars, we're good.
See, we're still lagging here a little bit, trying to get this all figured out here. Still not looking good here.
Should be good now. All right. I found a place that gave us 4 bars, so our issues should be over.
So if you're out there watching, please let us know if you have. You let us know what's going on.
All right, so if you're still having lagging issues, let me know. Did you go over some scores or not?
No, not yet. 'Cause
Okay.
of the lagging issues, I didn't know if you
Okay,
got a.
good enough. All right, in the scratch division, your leaders, Aiden Davis and Brandon Bone. Should have very impressive, plus 751 for 8 games.
Not too shabby.
That's not bad. That's not bad. In second, Lucas Francis, Darren Zombro III, plus 388. A little more than half of Aiden and Brandon.
Just a little.
Third, Cameron Brown, Trevor Courtney, plus 374. Fourth, Trevor Ashby, Mary Beth Baker, plus 184. Rounding out the top 5, Matthew Pomian, Steve Severo Gordon at plus 153. In the handicap division, your leaders, Gabriel Mooney and Giorgio Cipollone, plus 438. Number 2, Malia Briggs, Katie Thompson, plus 194. So pretty big difference between first and second there, too.
Yes. Both of them. Yeah.
In third, Evan Plessinger and Skylar King at plus 112. In fourth, Brendan Smith and Nicholas Wolfram, plus 107. And rounding out the top 5, Ian Smith, Clayton Tyndall at plus 75. Those are our top 5 in scratching.
Top 5 finalists.
So I apologize once again for the lagging issues. Usually, when we're here at Trindle, I could connect to their internet and not have a problem. Today, I had a problem.
Today we had a little issue.
All right, so let's get some scoreboards up. Now, scoreboards here are a little hard to see because the fans are in the way. So let me just say that right from the start. All right, you'll see what I mean as soon as I bring the scoreboards up that there's fans in the way.
Now we got to remind everybody that now that we're in the finals for our doubles, now we go to a Baker style game.
My favorite,
Yes.
by the way.
Go much quicker.
Okay, bowling fans, time to begin game number 1 of our stepladder finals. On the scratch side, we have number 4 seeds, Trevor Ashby and Mary Beth Baker, taking on Matthew Pomian and Severo Gordon. Ashby and Baker have elected to have their opponents start the match on lane 25. They'll go in the order of Gordon and Pomian. The other team's going to go Baker and then Ashby. Okay? On the handicap side, we have number 4 seed Brendan Smith and Nicholas Wolfram taking on number 5 seed Ian Smith and Clayton Tyndall. Smith and Wolfram have elected to have their opponents also start the match on lane 27. So we're going to start with Tyndall first, Smith second, and the other team is going to go Smith first, Wolfram second. The difference in handicap is 9 points going to the team of Smith and Tyndall. All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our
All right, and here we go for our first match.
So we really have Smith against Smith?
Yes, we have 2 Smiths.
Huh. Who would have thunk?
Who would have thought that a name like Smith?
Yeah, it's so uncommon.
So very uncommon.
Yeah. Clayton Tyndall starting us off on the handicap side. with a strike.
With a strike.
Severo Gordon. Scratch side left a 2-pin. I believe this might be Severo's first top 5 in the scratch division.
Yes.
Hello, Peaches. It's Cream here. Yes, after you left last week, I called our duo of Stacy and I Peaches and Cream.
Peaches and cream.
Peaches and Cream.
I did see something like that when I watched it. When my kid turned it on in the car. Mary Beth Baker starting off with a strike for her team.
So why don't you explain this format to everybody out there?
Oh, Baker format. Okay, so you have a team of 2, obviously. During practice session, you both take a couple practice shots to see which lane you feel comfortable in. And then you both determine on like how you want to, which lane you want to finish, because you bowl every other frame. The person who leads off will bowl all the odd frames, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. And the other bowler will bowl all the even frames, the 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Very fun to do. You see a lot of it back in college.
Yes.
That's all you see in college.
Pretty much. So at least on the handicap side, you basically want your better bowler bowling the 10th frame.
You always want your better bowler bowling the 10th.
On the scratch side, it doesn't necessarily always matter because a lot of the kids are the same.
It does go for scratch. You want to figure out which lane you feel more
Right.
comfortable in.
Yes.
Which one has the better look on what lane?
Yes. So it does get into a little bit of strategy, not so much for the first match, but afterwards.
Yeah, after the
When you have
start get a couple games on.
right, and when you have lane choice,
And you're watching the people before you. Oh, this one's striking on this lane, but this one's not on that. And then you see in practice, then you see a little difference. Then you
Yes.
you could choose
yes,
at how That did not sound good over there in the practice part. So Matthew coming up here and scratch side with a strike for his team.
So on the handicap side, Smith and Tyndall are getting 9 pins, and they started out strike open. Smith and Wolfren went split.
Not a good way to start going split. Survey out here. Going through the face. Pretty lucky, just leaving the 3, 6, 10.
So our message board is live and operational. Should you wish to chime in, let us know where you're watching us from today. Hopefully, if you're in the Northeast, you're staying warm.
It's been cold this week here.
That it has. Tournament director Matt looks, I don't know, a little,
Sunburn,
I
Tan.
was gonna say a little tan.
a little tan.
He could have been nice and brought some warmth back with
Yeah,
him.
it's nice going down in the high 70, 80 degree weather. Mary Beth.
Too bad it wasn't 70 right now. 60 with wind.
Well, I'll take 60 with
I'll
win
take
right now.
60 right now. Yeah. Smith going Jersey, going to handicap side with their first mark of the game.
Peaches is at work while Cream is here commentating.
Oh, Peaches had to work. I didn't realize she worked. Does she actually work?
That's what she tells me.
I know.
She actually has a very important job.
She says it all the time, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
I've never seen her in action. I would like to see her in action sometime.
If you see her in action, that means you're
Well, I don't
Not
want
a-
her in action on me.
Let's say, if you see her in action, that means you're in a bad place.
Yes. So the handicap side. Little issue getting going here. A lot of opens over there.
They both have one strike and the rest are opens. Well, until now, until Smith comes up here and gives his team another mark. Matthew with a strike in the right lane again. Clayton Trindle coming up here to see if they can get a double, try to get things going, try to take command of the game. Good shot by Clayton Trindle.
That's a double for them.
Yeah. They are getting the 9 pins, correct?
Correct.
Yes. So that helps them out. No, it's only a 5th frame and a handicap side, but this is actually a pretty important ball already for Brandon Smith, for the team to help him, to try to get back into the game.
He trips a 4.
That works.
So let's see if Nicholas could get on track yet. He's got 2 opens in his frames so far.
Right now, a strike would be really great, but if he could just at least somehow find a mark. Mary Beth, perfect on her 3 frames so far on the right lane. Wolford throwing a really good shot.
Yep.
Leaving a 10 pin. See if Nicholas could bring this 10 pin in. Try to keep the score a little in there for him. Okay. So he broke the ice finally with a mark. Ashby striking. I think I gave them what, a 4-bagger? 4 in a row?
Yeah. Well, that's Jersey if you've ever seen a Jersey.
I missed that one.
You missed the Jersey.
Was it Way Jersey?
It was pretty way Jersey.
Pretty Way Jersey.
Pretty way Jersey. I've seen Wayer.
Wayer. Not, you could get much more Wayer.
Yes. Looks like Tampa scored.
Like Tampa finally scored. Make that, what, 20 to 10 possibly, or something? Comes Matthew up here.
Ooh, guess the 7-out. Brandon Runk could have gotten that hit on the 10 pin yesterday in the 4th frame. He would have been moving on.
He would have been moving on.
If all things stayed the same. For those of you that don't know that were watching the tour yesterday, Brandon Runk, former bowler on the PJBT tour.
Made a good run, had a great week. You can't hang your head so low when you shoot 240 and you lose.
Yeah. A little slapping out here.
That's a pretty big double for that team to try to keep it within 20. Nice spare from Tyndall there. Staying in control of their match. Mary Beth Baker coming up here in the 7th. Coming at Skosh High, leaving a 4-9.
That could change the complexion of that match.
Change this game, this match, with a flip of a coin.
Smith comes in high, leaves a 6-10. He'll need to make this to keep his team down by 38. They're starting to run out of frames there, Mr. Zombro.
Out of frames. Mary Beth coming up here getting 1. They go from leading by still in a lead, but not by much now. They had pretty much control the match until that opens.
Smith does not make his spread. That puts them down 50.
And with 3 frames to go. So Ashby coming up. Let's see if he could strike. Big strike for them. Nicholas coming up here. Very nice split conversion by Nicholas. Making a 6-7.
Makes the hard ones, misses the easy ones.
Yes. And that happens a lot.
Yes. Not for people like you.
Yeah. Oh, we all miss easy ones every now and then. Smith crossing over one more time again. All right, Matthew coming up here. If he can strike here with this turkey, that gives them control of this game.
Gets
Carrying out
9.
9.
I like that.
Clayton tried to go Jersey like his partner, but was not able to carry like him.
He got that far outside way too early. I'm in though.
Yes, you're always in for a 5. Servio laid it a little short, it looked like. So now it's just made this game interesting.
All right, so with that spare, Smith and Trindle on the verge of winning.
Yeah, Smith and Tyndall already have their game right. Because Wolfram and Smith 7-2. We shoot 181. Trevor gets the first one.
So first one didn't even have decent count. Opening in the 10th. That match is over.
Ooh, and use a 10.
Ashby.
A tie.
Potentially.
He has been perfect on a right leg.
Oh, you're gonna. Ooh, that's a huge. Ah, crap. Now we're.
Why are we lagging again? I had 4 bars over.
So Matthew and Servio will be moving on to face Trevor Courtney and Cameron Brown. And in the handicap side, we will have Clayton Tyndall and Ian Smith going against Evan Plessinger and Skylar King. giving away hardware here.
That concludes our Game 1 matches. And Mary Beth Baker.
Our 5th place finishers in the scratch division, Trevor Ashby and Mary Beth Baker.
Finishers in the handicap division. These both are getting a $55 scholarship, certificate, and medal. Those
Handicap, each receiving a $55 scholarship and a medal.
want to take 2 balls with them?
So I don't know what's going on. All right, off and running. The lagging issue should be fixed.
Hopefully.
We're now plugged in
Oh,
directly. No more wireless. So, but it's weird. Our MiFi, where I have it, is picking up constantly between 3 bars and 4 bars. I've never had an issue when it picks up that many bars, ever, in the 3 years we've been using.
all right. Cameron Brown here starting off with the strike for their team here on the scratch side. Evan Plessinger coming up high, leaving up the 3-6-10.
Get to decide. Correct.
Smith and Tyndall will be receiving 9 pins of handicap again. Pretty ironic that they were the same. Ethan switched to the spare ball, but chopped the 3. Matthews still staying perfect on that right lane.
Don't turn me on like that, Peaches. Calling me cream.
Tyndall with a strike and a handicap side.
That's down goes Frazier.
There you go.
I need to start keeping notes on where I got to plug in. And where I could use their network and where we got to use our network.
You should have a notebook for that.
But I'm a numbers guy, so that's the problem. We need a secretary to keep good notes like that.
Trevor coming up with a double to keep the match even.
That Trevor Courtney sure knows how to throw a good ball. Of course, his girlfriend kicked his ass today in qualifying. Probably shouldn't have said that out loud, but it's the truth.
I mean, he did beat her 2 games. He beat her like 3 games or something like that, but she was the better one. Comes up. A little fast, it looked like. A little fast and in. Week 7.
I mean, the most amazing thing about Cameron is how good she bowls knowing her parents, who they are. Especially her mother. And she actually bowls a lot like her mother.
Yes, I do see that a little bit.
Yes. Especially when her mother was that age.
Yeah.
I even remember her mother when she was that age used to throw a red hammer.
Wait. That's a couple years ago.
That just shows how old her mother is.
A couple years ago, throwing a red hammer.
If she were watching right now, she would say, "Yeah, but I'm not older than you."
All right. So in the handicap match over here, we have Evan and Skylar both starting off with opens.
So
Evan didn't like that, but it worked.
So this is what we were talking about when we were talking about strategy. Pommier bowled the 10th the last game.
Now he's bowling the odd
Yes.
frames where
Yes.
he doesn't get them extra balls.
Yeah, so
extra shots.
they have confidence that either bowler could bowl the 10th, so they choose to stay on the same lanes. Which, like we said, you tend to see that more in the scratch division. In the handicap division, you'll see a lot of flip-flopping. In fact, you are seeing Tyndall was on the left lane
Now he's
in
on the
game
right.
1. Now he's on the right.
Yeah, the scratch side, it seems like Trevor and them took notice that we don't want to give Matthew a 10th frame in case he needs all 3 shots because he was really good on that lane.
Yes.
So they decided to start the match.
Somebody heard my comment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
I can't read it, but I can see the name.
It says, "Yes, I'm listening to you, old man." Yeah.
Trevor coming up here in the fourth with a strike. With Matthew and Servio opening back-to-back opens, put him in a little hole. Smith making his spare, 9-pin spare. See if Skylar can come up here and grab a double for their team to try to get them back in here.
Cameron up, lane 25, lane 5, looking for a double. Pitches that one just a bit outside.
But like her little hand motion, like saying, "Okay, I'll take that." When you miss it that bad, you're just happy just to walk away with the 1-2-4.
Yep.
Could have been a 1-2-4-10.
He's very easily.
1-2-4-6-10.
Yep.
Make it a lot harder.
Yeah. This is where back in the day, you just move 3 right, you shoot your spare, you go sit down.
Mm-hmm. Then we tug it. Skylar in the handicap side did not have a good 2-frame so far, leaving 2 splits and nothing little either.
Who is yelling down there? Is that your youngest down there yelling?
Yeah, he must be unhappy or something. He's been going for a while. Matthew coming up here to see if he can regroup. Leaving the same.
He's going to have a chance to throw at it again.
What?
Dana wrote something and then he retracted it.
No, not Dana.
I wonder what he
Not
wrote.
Dana.
Dana's a good guy.
Matthew coming up here looking like he made his adjustment after the last frame of leaving that. Trindle coming up. They're the handicap team. They're staying clean through 5.
Spare going to get another chance to shoot this spare too.
Yes. And they both left the same spare twice. First time missing them and then leaving them again, showing them that they do know how to make it.
Ooh, I was in. We were in.
Oh, we missed that finally. Let's rewind time quick so we can say we're in for the 5.
I thought it's just automatic.
Should be. So Trevor coming up here, striking.
What's it?
All right, so let's see if Cameron could come back.
Rebound
her,
after that.
Yeah, after her oopsie.
Little oopsie frame. Or should we say her oopsie spare shot?
Yeah.
That's
a
a little
better
better. Oh. There's something a little in there that's
Major.
Now that 9-pin just makes this spare a little bit more difficult.
Yes.
Yeah. They're like 3.8 compared to normal.
Just did the right thing. Throwing
Perfectly done.
Use them at all our
her
majors.
strike ball at that.
Use them at our championship weekend.
See if Matthew makes a pretty big adjustment here after his
So-
last 2 shots.
What would you say his adjustment should be?
I would probably do probably 2 and 1.
That's it?
That's it.
On
On the right lane.
on something that's had this many games on it, just the 2-1 movement? I'm
I-
not,
I
I'm not
hate
a
to
fan
do-
of I'm not a fan of the rack, I can tell you that.
Yeah, that rack does not look very pretty at all. But I don't like to go big moves right away.
Got it. I mean, I wasn't thinking much more than you were. I was thinking more 3 and 2. So the Rams are lining up for a field goal. Last I looked, they were up by 14 with 12 minutes to
It's
go.
hard to see that score. And I don't know if we're having like little fundamental issues here right now on the scratch side, but or lack of focus with some shots.
I would, yeah. I mean, or, I mean, I know they're young, but they could also be, starting to get a little tired if they're not used to bowling this many games.
Ooh, that
just
field goal
short.
was short. So that must have been a long field.
Crossing over for Jersey, so they could still shoot 199. Let's see if Tyndall could.
See if Tino can make a spare here.
How
rack,
in the
that
world
rack
do
is
you-
weird.
Yeah.
That rack is weird. This is making this match get really close again.
Yeah, that.
There's something up with this one. Now Trevor's got to not let it get to his head right now.
DJ, the pattern today was Stone Street. All right, so it's important now all of a sudden for Cameron to throw a strike here, because if she doesn't, they could be shut out.
Yeah, it's very important to shot, and she just made a couple bad. Well, her last frame I didn't think it was that bad, but it jumped on her. I guess she gave it a little bit more room.
Yeah, that was a much better shot
So that was a huge shot for
for their team. Yep, so now they can't be shut
They
out.
can't be shut out.
Now that looks like a better rack than the
But it still looks like the 3-pin is like
Yeah, the 3-pin looks a little off.
a little wobbly. Something doesn't look right with that 3-pin. And being a right-hander, obviously, you kind of need that 1-3 to be pretty close to one spot.
Well, he did what he needed to do.
Yep, he got
Didn't
it
quite
right.
do it the way he wanted to do it, but he did what he
it
needed
didn't
to do.
sound pretty, but it worked. Evan's coming up here to see if he can give their team a double to give them a fighting chance. A fighting chance here. Is he going to be able to trip? No, it does not be able to trip out the 2. So. So they could. That's harsh.
That's not what he wanted to do.
No.
So, I will say, that the non-genetically proven son and I, talk about each bowling center that we go to. And he does say about Trindle, during qualifying, it tends to get tighter and tighter and tighter, and then all of a sudden,
Opens up.
just like the floodgates open and all the oil disappears.
I wish I could answer that for Trindle because I really haven't. The last couple tournaments I've ever rolled here, they were like 4 games done-ish type things, So I've really never had.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't remember back in the day when I rolled the JBTs here. That's a little bit ago.
Yeah, that was a long time.
I'm a typical guy. My memory not very great when it comes to that kind of. Try to remember something 30-some years ago. So Trevor and Cameron will be moving on to the next match. And it does look like, hold on, Aaron. 160. After the scoreboard comes back up on me here.
They're good.
Yes, so Smith and Tyndall will be moving on as well. They ended up with a 170 mark.
He's still bowling?
Yes, Matt Russo is still bowling.
Yeah.
And it seems like Leslie's Bones phone is a little faster than mine. So now I know what's going to happen with the shot. That was a very big split conversion for Matt Russo on the.
Oh, what did he make?
He made the 2, 4, 6, 7, 10.
Your mother's picking on me
Yeah,
and picking on me.
but you're not going to say that you started it, though, are you?
No, of course not.
So her mom's going to have to tell her that you started.
Why would I say the entire story when it makes me look bad? I'm a typical guy, right?
Yeah. Looks like Skylar started to find everything here over the last couple frames on the right lane.
Well, yeah, no, she wasn't saying that to me.
No.
She was saying much worse to me. Yeah, I know.
And Skylar and Plessinger end with a 150 their game. They will be finishing in 4th in the handicap side.
So after we give out awards, we'll go over our upcoming schedule. Well, this match has to just be about over.
Yeah, 10th frame.
Who's winning?
Russo. I don't like this guy.
Huh?
I hate him.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes game number 2 of our finals. Finishing in 4th in the scratch division. Each bowler getting a $50 scholarship, certificate, and medal goes to Matthew Pomian and Severo Gordon.
Matthew Pomier and Severo Gordon, 4th place today in the scratch division. They take home a can of Simonize for their efforts.
4th place finishers in the handicap division. Each bowler getting a $65 scholarship, certificate, and medal goes to Evan Plessinger and Skylar King.
Plessinger and King, 4th place in the handicap division for their efforts. They take home a giant-sized bag of Twizzlers.
Matt Russo just needs some
All right, on to our semifinal matches.
All right, let's go over our upcoming schedule.
9 pins on the first ball. 9 pins on the first ball.
So next week, we head out to Carlisle to Midway Lanes for our next installment of Adult Junior Bowling. Are you bowling?
Yes, I'm bowling.
Who are you bowling with?
Bowling my niece.
Your niece, okay?
Yes.
All right.
I bowl with her there because, not to be mean with her, you know, I do want to bowl with her, but I just pick like the place where I know I'm not very comfortable at.
I get you.
I've never been very comfortable there.
I get you. So that's next Sunday with a 10:30 start time. If you want to get the discount, you have to put down a $20. Did he split?
Yeah, he went 5 count. He needs to make this. I don't know what he left.
If you want to get the discount, you got to put down $20 by 11:59 tonight at www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. That's www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. He can make this.
He just made this a couple
He can
frames
make
ago.
this.
He's got to make it again.
He gets one.
He gets one.
And you know what? You know how I knew he wasn't going to make it? I didn't hear Leslie shout 10 seconds
Yes.
before we...
Yes, I didn't hear her shouting.
Yes.
That's bad.
So that's Midway next week. The following week is our annual Super Bowl Sunday Major, which is not on Super Bowl Sunday this year. It is Sunday, February the 6th at 222 Dutch. It is also unofficially the start of the second half of our bowling season. So that's Sunday the 6th at 10:30. The following Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, we're out at Lion Bowl for our girls-only finale. It is not an invitational this year, so any girl could show up and bowl. It is $500 first place for both scratch and handicap. So that's a tournament you ladies want to attend. Still 27-13. Very good. Very good. And on the 20th, we go to my favorite little bowling center, East
I know what that is.
Lincoln Lanes, between Lancaster and York for a regular season event.
Yep.
So that's the next, those are events for the next month. If you want to check out the events for the rest of the season, you could go to our website at www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. That's www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. Our event that was snowed out on the 9th of January has been rescheduled for March the 27th. That was major number 6 on our schedule. Town and Country.
Town and Country.
Which probably by the time we're there, it'll be Steel City Bowl and Brew.
City Bowl, right?
Yep. And if you're not following us on our Facebook page, that's where we post basically all the information when we got to get the word out for stuff. So you can find us on Facebook at PJBT Youth Information Page. That's PJBT Youth Information Page. And if this is your first time watching us on YouTube, where have you been all these years? I mean, I'm like,
Tampa Bay just scored.
yes, who am I like? I am like the disc jockey from Greece that comes into your bedroom every week on WKA, whatever that is. Well, if this is your first time watching us, thank you for joining us. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. And if you have your notifications turned on, you will be notified each and every time we go live on the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour. I know, Mr. Tyndall, that's because we're plugged in now.
Where's he been?
I don't know. Where you been?
We haven't plugged in for about 30
Yeah.
minutes now.
Where you been?
Probably a little bit longer. Who scored that? Who is that to? Evans? Evans. needed that for the over, I think. What's that score now? 27-20. Oh, I need a field goal yet. For the over. I don't care what team.
What's the over at?
48. 48.
Lane 27. 27. Special feature down the bottom left.
All right, down the mat.
I need just 1 point.
Our semifinal matches on the scratch side. We have number 2 seed Lucas Francis and Darren Zombro III taking on number 3 seed Cameron Brown and Trevor Courtney. Francis and Zombro have elected to start the match in lane 25, and they're going to go in the order of Zombro and Francis. Brown and Courtney keeping the same order. Okay? On the handicap side, I have number 2 seed Liam Briggs and Katie Thompson taking on number 5 seed Ian Smith and Mike Kendall. Briggs and Thompson have elected to have their opponents start the match on 27. They're going to go in the order of Briggs and then Thompson. And our number 5 seed team, we're going to keep the same order of Tyndall and Smith. The difference in handicap for this match is 6 pins to the girls. Briggs and Thompson. All right? Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our semifinalists.
All right, and here we go for our semi-final matches of scratch and handicap.
All right, so it looks like Zombro will be starting, which is, again, good strategy. So now we'll see what the team of Brown and Trevor Courtney does. Are they going to switch, or are they
No.
going to let Cameron roll the 10th?
They are keeping the same line. Trevor is bowling a right lane. Trevor's on a right lane. Oh, no, they did.
They are switching. See, I will say it is a little bit easier now because we do allow everybody to throw practice shots between games.
Yeah.
Where this is the first year we've done that. Where in other years
They would go to the practice.
they would go to the practice pair. So yeah. So it's not as bad as it used to be. Now, Smith and Tyndall have switched again.
Oh, and I think Tampa Bay just got the ball from a fumble. I think. I don't know. Kamer coming up with a strike on the right, first time throwing on the right lane.
It looks like they got the ball.
Yeah. And
My prop play on Fats TV for this game was Stafford to throw an interception.
I don't think that has happened yet.
And that doesn't help me.
I can check for you. Trevor coming up high.
Trevor Courtney hits 3 and gets 10 down.
I'm not gonna say what I want to say. Stafford did not throw an interception.
You got to be kidding me.
All right, Lucas coming up here for the second frame. First time throwing the ball on the right.
The big lefty.
Very big lefty. Very speedy. I don't want to be standing down there when this ball hits. And we have Katie Thompson coming up here on the handicap side on the left lane. See if she can mark up, helping her partner missing a 10 pin in the first frame. Darren coming up here in the third frame.
Ooh.
Somehow sliding the 4-pin forward about 4 inches and then falling over. How that happened, I have no idea. And Katie picking up her spare, which gives them the first mark of their game for them. Smith is now up on the right lane. Going high, leaving a 3-6. Camera coming up here to see if she could strike here to keep the scratch match even. Looks like she's throwing a different ball.
And that ball just took off.
It looks like she's throwing a different ball too now. Was that a high flux jersey 10 pin?
Kinda, yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, Smith chopping a 3 off of 6. See if Trindle can come up here to give their team their first mark of the game. That's might be a little wide.
Yes. I mean, back in my day, I hated doing that. You throw a god-awful shot, you go jersey, and then you still got to shoot a 10 pin.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like, can't I just throw it a little bit worse and leave a 5 pin?
Yeah. That's why I said, did she just go jersey and leave us 10? Trevor coming up, rebounding from the open from Cameron with a strike. See if Trindle here can get a mark for them.
So, just like every other game on the handicap side, it started off kind of slow.
Yes. And I'm not mistaken for Smith and Trindle. I think they opened the first 3 frames of the first 2 games, and now this game too. I think. Lucas coming up here in the 4th frame. 10 back. Malia coming up.
She looked a little confused.
Yeah, it was high. Fast 8 possibly. But leaving the 4-7-9. Darren coming up here in the 5th to see if he can keep their team full of strikes. First 5 for them. Malia hitting 1. So just like the other 2 matches, little slow starts from the handicap side. See if Cameron can come up here in a 5th rebound from her 10-pin miss. That went left again.
Yeah, that's...
She missed the head pin completely.
Yeah, that's not the ball, or she's got to move really, really deep.
Katie coming up with a crumble the bucket. Hey, I'll take a strike however they get them right now.
Yeah.
She threw that ball with a little bit more force and she got it out. And she got it out on the lane too. She didn't lay it. Smith. He's been having issues keeping the ball on the right side too these last couple games. Trevor Courtney coming up here in the 6th. See if he can keep the team in it a little bit here.
So 110 bowlers came out today, 55 teams.
It was very full here today. Very full. I mean, it is a very long house. But, as a lot of people know, the concourse is not very wide at
No.
spots.
It's the way bowling centers were built, like in the 60s.
In the 50s
kinda,
and
yeah.
60s. Lucas keeping their team with all strikes so far. Clayton coming up here, see if he can get his team started off. He's still looking for a mark. Didn't like it, I'm assuming,
No?
but it gives them the first mark of their game. Darren got that in a little bit. Tripped another 4-pin.
And they got the front 7.
See if Cameron can come up here. See if she repeats like her spirit shot that she had the last time.
Well, looks like she's jumping left. A lot more room. 7.
And
Much better shot.
much better shot than the other 2, 3. 2.
So there's a review in the football
game.
It looked like they were reviewing where the spot.
I don't know if it means for 4th down or for, I don't know.
It was either 3rd or 4th down. Briggs and Thompson, 3 in a row.
Cameron making her 7-pin.
After review, we have to give whatever Tom Brady wants because it's Tom Brady.
Because it's Tom Brady. Trevor's like, Darren, if you could trip a couple pins, I could do the same.
It is a battle of tripping pins on that lane.
Smith leaving a 3. He's left a 3-6 quite a bit, I think, so far these 3 games here. And he chops the 3.
Yeah. So they're falling apart a little bit this game.
Lucas coming up here. See if they can stay clean. Front 8.
So they'll be moving on to the finals. If they shoot 300, they do not split the 300 pot.
Yeah. Oh, you
No,
don't
you-
split
no,
it? It's 300,
no,
though.
No. 4th down. Fourth down in the Tampa Bay game, and they're running, and they score a touchdown.
Now they kick a field goal to tie. Or do they go for 2 for the win? What do you do?
If it's me, I go for the win, but that's me. I'm a gambler at heart.
Cameron crossing Jersey. This time it fell for her. Didn't leave a solid 10.
How long is left?
46 seconds.
40.
36 seconds. So do you go for the tie or you go for the win?
Oh, they're going for the tie.
So they want to play extra ball. I needed that. Yeah. I needed just points.
Oh, so close to making that tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
And Fournette just squeezed right out of it. Just. Alright, so we have Lucas and Darren moving on to the title match against Aiden and Brandon.
Thank you, Peaches.
And we have Melita and Katie pretty much in control of that game right now.
Yes. All right, let's see if we get a 300 here. That's a yeah.
That's in. There's been a lot of trips on this scratch pack.
I will say, yeah, it'd be cool to shoot 300, but that's a hit where I want to save till the next game.
I'd say you do want to save for the next game, but also I think you don't want to shoot 300. I would want to shoot 300 in the title match.
Yeah, you don't want to
not-
shoot 300 in the
not
semis.
the semis.
No.
Katie with a very nice shot. They have complete control of their game right now. Lucas made a better shot.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, quickly call your friends because you ain't seen this on the PBA tour today, that's for sure. There's an interesting leave. You're not seeing that on the PBA tour either.
1-5-10.
But you are seeing a 5-1 to lose the tournament on a PBA tour.
Yeah.
Oh, darn.
Is that ball out?
And
Yeah.
Yahtzee!
Thank you, 300 for Lucas and Darren. And
Darren
the
Zombro. Aye. Lucas Francis, 300. And because it's doubles, that means Darren and I get to split the 300 pot amongst ourselves.
Yes, I like that.
Yes.
Where are we going to go eat?
Sizzler.
Oh,
Waffle House.
oh, fair.
You know what? Anybody can throw 6 strikes in a game.
I know, right?
It's like, come on. In fact, Zombro only shot 5.
Number only had 5.
Yeah.
I don't know. Rams might be able to get in a field goal position here. I'm just saying. I don't know how much time is left. But they did get out of bounds, and they're almost at midfield.
Well, and that was one hell of a game because they were on like the 24-yard line.
They're like the 45.
Catch this. Yes!
Oh, he caught it.
Yes!
Do they have timeout? Do they have a timeout?
I think they had one.
Get down there,
Yeah, but
hurry
don't
up.
they have a timeout?
Don't be like Darren Zombro team.
Stop.
Dallas's team.
They didn't have a timeout. That was a gutsy freaking play. That's a gutsy play.
Cooper Cup, ladies and
Cooper
gentlemen.
That was a gutsy call
Smith
there.
Tyndall. Go ahead and finish.
This didn't happen. This was the same place me and
Smith.
Trevor got last year.
Smith, go ahead and finish.
Same
Place.
exact place.
Third.
Third.
He made it.
Woo!
Another road team. Three straight games won by the road team at the buzzer.
Oh, Vegas has got to be. And
All right, at least I called one game right this weekend. So if you're a watcher of Fats TV, my own personal YouTube channel, if you bet some shekels on this game following me, you would have won. Down goes Brady.
I wanted to say it so bad, but I was just being nice. Unreal. All right, Matthew's gonna come down here and give out some hardware. That was just in
Bowling
too.
fans that complete the semifinal matches, finishing in third in the scratch division. $75 scholarship. Certificate and medals goes to Cameron Brown and Trevor Courtney.
Cameron Brown and Trevor Courtney finishing in third, and Cameron was just up here saying last year at this tournament they finished in third.
No.
And our first place finishers in the handicap division. Each bowler getting an $80 scholarship. Certificate and medal goes to Ian Smith and Clayton Tyndall.
Smith and Tyndall, third place in handicap. All right. Now we're off to the title match, and let's face it, this could be a heavyweight.
This is going to be a heavyweight match.
This could be a heavyweight match between Malia Briggs and Katie Thompson versus Ian Smith and Gabriel Mooney and Giorgio Cipollini. You didn't think I was talking about the scratch match, did you?
No, I think you should be talking about scratch. I think the scratch match, you're going to see a lot of strikes.
In the scratch match, we got Lucas Francis and Darren Zombro taking on Aiden Davis and Brandon Bone. Let me remind you that for 8 games today, Aiden Davis and Brandon Bone was plus 751. I wonder if that sets a record for 8 games of qualifying. Where's our statistician when we need him? So they shot, by the way, 494, 495, 515, 506, 486, 501. Then they only shot 449.
440. Well, shake it off.
And then 505. I will say, though, Lucas Francis and Darren Zombro's high game of the day beat them. They shot 521.
Only takes one game, remember. Now, do you think Brandon and Aiden are going to do a little strategy?
Well, you know what? I don't think it really matters here. If I'm Lucas Francis and Darren Zombro, whatever lanes I like better, it doesn't matter to me if I'm shooting odd frames or even frames.
Yeah. Just stay on the same lane.
Yeah, I think, Zombro's won how many tournaments so far this season? A lot. And Lucas Francis is
Always
lined
up
up. So I don't think it really matters.
Lucas is always in there. Aiden's always in there. Darren's always in there, They're always there. I would say they should just Lucas should stay on the right, Darren should stay on the left. No. It's just a matter of how many. Just a matter if Lucas will be bowling odd or even. Yeah, I would just stay on the second. Because Darren can't get left on the right. He can't get left on the right. So even if it puts white in there,
I mean, if I'm Davis and Bone, I mean, if one person's got like a really good look, that's the person I want in the 10th frame. It doesn't matter if we start first, start second. I wouldn't worry about anything with my opponents because you got to trust that either of them could strike in the 10th frame to win the game. I mean, we're not talking about if you and I were out there. I might trust myself to get a strike. No, I wouldn't even trust myself.
I wouldn't even trust that.
In Atari bowling, I would trust myself.
Man, I haven't played that. I love playing Atari.
All you gotta do is hit that space bar at the right time.
Oh
and
my gosh.
either strike. If you miss it by 1, you're leaving the 1-2-4, the 1-3-6. Now, Wii bowling, something different. I actually barred my kid from Wii bowling.
Oh, yeah?
Because he used to do it all the time, and it affected his regular bowling. Because to get the ball to hook, you had to come like this.
Oh, yeah. That really never affected my kids. I mean, they played the Wii bowling all the time. And luckily, it never affected anything.
All right, so the Rams will be hosting the NFC title game.
Yes. So the Rams can be playing back. Well, they'll play next weekend in the NFC title game. Then 2 weeks Play there
Right
again.
back there again. Yep, could be the second straight year there's a team playing on their home field for the Super Bowl.
Yes. That's right. Tampa Bay did play.
Yes.
That's right. It was down at Tampa Bay last year.
Getting a little loud in here for Sunday night open bowling.
Darren's like, I want to start.
We got a message today from our friends out at ABC West thanking us for having a tournament here today. They were very busy because
Ah,
they had a lot of open bowling earlier.
West or East?
West.
West.
Okay, bowling fans, time for our title match for tonight's PJBT. Beyond the scratch side with the top seeds, Ian Davis and Brandon Bowl, taking on number 2 seed Lucas Francis and Aaron Zombro III. Davis and Bowl have elected to have their opponents start the match. They're going to keep the same order, Zombro and Francis, and then the Davis Bowl team will go in that order. On the handicap side, we have top seed Gabriel Rudy and Giorgio Cipollone taking on number 2 seed Amelia Briggs and Katie Thompson. Okay? They have elected to start the match on 27, going in the order of Cipollone, then Rudy, and the girls are going to keep the same order, Briggs and Thompson. The difference is 4 pins.
Four pins.
Going to Rudy and Cipollone. All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our title match.
All right, off we go. That's something I don't ever remember either. On all 4 of our handicap matches, the handicap was less than 10 pins.
Yes, it's been. So yeah, so all 4 games, the handicap matches were under 9.
Yeah. So Zombro and Francis are not changing their lanes as expected. Giorgio looked like that ball just fell right off of his hand. So if you're going to gutter, this is the right time to do it. Not like I did it on the front 11.
Yes. You know what that's all about. Jason Allhouse famous 290.
Just nipped my ankle. I was playing right down 2 board, and at the dots, it was in the gutter.
Yes, it did not make it very far.
I got a nice write-up in the paper, though,
I bet.
by, what's his name? Who was the guy that wrote the bowling stories back then? In the
Wassel? Was it Wassel back then?
Was that
or-
his name?
I know Wassel did it for a while. I just can't remember.
Yeah, you're not sitting there.
Move
Yeah.
over. There you go.
God, I could picture the guy, I just don't remember what his name.
I just can't remember if it was Wassel yet at that time.
That name doesn't sound right.
All right, so scratch side, they each start off with a strike the first frame. And I was kind of wondering what Aiden and Brandon were going to do. Because they're both left-handed and right-handed. And Darren his team is left-handed and right-handed too. They know they're going to try to keep the lefties on one lane.
So right, so that's actually really good strategy on their part. If they know Brandon was going to finish the match, and he wants to finish on 25, figuring that Zombro and Francis were not going to switch, now that keeps the lefties apart.
Yep. Gave that a lot of room.
So now, I would say the strike percentages are going to go up even higher.
Katie getting the ball a little wide on that one, leaving it 1-2-8. And like the other previous games, the handicap side not starting off with any marks.
And then I say that, and a strike does not occur. You know, Riley, Kentucky was the name that came into my mind. But I'm trying to think, was that his name was he writing for the Lebanon Daily News back then in the 90s?
All I can remember was Wassel in the 90s. I don't think it was Bill Lux.
I still have the article somewhere in my house because it said like Althouse and Albright roll high at Cedar because.
Oh, it would say who wrote it.
Oh yeah, because it wasn't Bill Albright; it was his brother Dave. Was that his?
Dave?
Dave shot like 760 that week.
Okay.
All right, better shot there by Sergio.
Yeah, this time the ball didn't fall off the
So-
pan right at the foul line.
Again, starting off the match kind of slow on the handicap side.
Aiden coming up, see if they can keep their fast 8. I said that rack has been looking really weird all 4 games so far.
Yes.
And I think it's more weirder for the right handers.
Yeah, because it
That three
looks
pin.
like the 3-pin is off, not the head pin.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, then Riley, if he was just that wasn't him for the Lebanon paper. Davis converts.
Malia throwing a pretty decent shot, leaving a 10 pin here in third frame. Still looking for their first mark of this game. And riding a rail, it looked like she riding a rail a little bit on that one. Brandon coming up here in the fourth frame.
Now, ever since I said the strike percentage was going to go up, no one
Yeah.
struck. Just want you to notice my kiss of death.
You do have a very big kiss.
I do.
Comes Katie up here with a very nice shot. All 10 and bit.
So if ever your son or daughter makes the finals and you want to win, just have me say something about their opponent on the
Their
live
opponent.
stream and
Why are you speed walking?
5-pin. So we're in here.
So we're in. I see this 5 pin.
All right. Lucas Francis up in fourth. Let's see what he can do.
Brandon's got it fixed.
That was a good shot.
Brandon's got it fixed now. Yeah.
Katie Thompson struck in the
I saw the old
fourth.
two out. Yeah.
Let's see what Giorgio, if he could rebound and mark yet. And he breaks up the split, leaves just the 6-10.
Yeah.
Zombro has a good shot.
Climb the ladder. Can't let it.
They expand on their lead.
I don't understand
Giorgio made his spare.
that. I always turn around when I see this. I can't.
All right, Malia now up, lane 28. Crosses over, leaves the 6-10. Aiden Davis.
3 rebounding from
Trips. The
Trips to 7-10.
That ball, you know what, was going down, and all of a sudden it kind of flattened out and went straight, like the last 5 feet of the lane. Malia chops her spare, but still has a smile on her face.
She always has a smile
She
on
does.
her face.
She does.
Brandon coming up here in the 6, see if he could take a better shot. He does.
That's because she knows even if she chops a spare, she's still part of Team Fats. When are you going to get a Team Fats jersey?
I don't order too many jerseys anymore.
Yeah, I know. You get them ordered for you.
Yeah.
I know. We have to get EFX approved on the PBA Tour so I can get my logo approved on the PBA Tour. might have to raise some funds for that.
I don't. Yeah, and it's nothing against CFX. I don't know if they're ever gonna be able to. It's hard. Good shot by Lucas here.
So if I just got to see my logo on the ladies tour, then I got to see my logo on the ladies tour.
Yeah, I mean their approval on the ladies tour.
Yeah.
Katie missing her replay. Darren coming up here in the 7th frame. Thompson leading 3-9.
That's Mooney, and for some reason the team names didn't change.
Yeah.
Oh, he is?
Darren converting the 4-pin.
Now that gave control over to Aiden and Brandon.
I'm sorry, what?
That gave control to Aiden
Yes,
and Brandon.
that it
now.
did. Good shot there by Georgia.
Very good shot.
They now have the lead. Malia up. Frame 7. Aiden Davis up frame 7. Malia comes in light and dominoes.
Domino effect.
Aiden trips the 9. All right, Katie Thompson up in the 8th, looking to put a double up for her team. That's crossing over.
Leaving 6-pin. Brandon coming up here in the 8th frame. Coming a little high, leaving a 6-pin. Now reversing again.
Yeah.
This is gonna. I think these last couple frames, he's gonna go back and forth here.
Katie converts. So they're down by about 17-ish. Mooney comes in high, leaves a 3-6.
Brandon making his 6-pin.
Mooney chops the spare. Lucas Francis up now in the 8th. Pretty big shot here. And he trips a lot
The 4-6-10.
and slapped it out very loudly. Giorgio up, 9th frame, his last shot of the match, unless there's a tie.
Griffin at first.
7.
5 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes till I give out the awards and stuff.
A lot of tripping going on again.
There's a lot of tripping. Not the way we want to trip.
It's a pretty big shot here for Darren.
His last shot of the match, barring a tie, and he gets the 7 now. All right, so they cannot be shut out.
Cannot be shut out. That's why I was a big shot.
Malia,
Malia
big
going
4.
through the face, leaving a big 4. Not something you want to leave in a 9th. I think they're in the 9th, right?
They are in the 9th.
Yeah. So, you know, when you're coming up in the what we call the foundation frame, you want to at least have some kind of mark or a dot or a strike.
Yep, and that's going to put them really
That's
behind the
gonna
8
put them really behind the 8 ball. Because they are not getting the pins, right?
So, if Katie could strike out, though, Mooney would have to mark. No, he wouldn't even have to mark.
No.
I didn't factor in the handicap there.
Aiden coming up here.
Got
Aiden
that
up.
inside.
Block it.
Yeah.
Get that in a little bit where it did not read. Where everything got pushed into the middle.
And remember what I said last time, or might have been in the 5th, when he shot that one shot, and like right at the end, it seemed to roll out and go
Rolled
straight
out.
the last 5 feet. And this one never turned. I mean,
I couldn't tell
might-
if he got it in a little bit more to where, you know, we had how many games on
Right.
this pair, you know.
my eyes
all
are
kinds
not.
of stuff got pushed in the middle and dragged down.
My eyes are not the greatest, but it kind of looks like he's throwing urethane. But I could be wrong. So Mooney and Splini will win on the bench. Davis with a mark.
Davis
So the best
with a mark.
they could do is 229, which if they strike out, they would force
I think
Lucas to mark.
mark. Any kind of mark.
But Bo needs the double first. That's 1.
Brandon gets the first one.
All right, Mooney and Splini, 151
To
Briggs and Thompson.
127.
27.
Briggs and Thompson.
All right, big shot here for Brandon. This will determine what Lucas will need to do in the 10th. And he gets the
Gets
strike.
the big strike. Big double there.
So now he does want count. Let's
Hold
see.
on here.
So he would shoot 225 if he goes 9. So he wants at least 7.
7. Yep.
Taking a re-rack. Wonder if he learned that from his father.
Parker does take some, but not as many as some others.
Well, you heard, Randy Peterson say it yesterday. Make your opponent take a little longer till he throws a shot.
That extra 5-10 seconds.
All right.
All right.
So,
Brandon
Bones is-
finishing it off.
Yep.
Lucas. There's a couple different things, I know you need a mark. And obviously I'm just going to go up here and just try to bury it straight.
yes.
Some people will be like, oh, maybe a little adjustment to leave like a 6 pin.
No, thank you.
A 4 pin.
No,
Now,
thank you.
You get in trouble. I just want to go up here and bury it.
Yes. And it's not like his last shot was bad. He buried it in the hole. 7.
And see, that's the other thing I don't want to shoot at either.
No.
Is a corner.
No. Definitely not.
And he's missed a couple here. Unfortunately. So, Lucas needs to make this for them to win. Looks Good. Keep it. No, yeah, he did foul 2 today.
Oh,
Yeah, he did foul today too.
two to
yeah,
tie,
there's-
3 to win.
Yeah, there's a lot riding on that one. He did miss a couple 7s today, and now we just have to stay behind the foul line. But he did foul today too.
Keep those big feet behind the foul line. So this is where I'm just taking my spare ball.
This is where I take my spare ball. I throw it down the middle.
All right, 237, 229. Darren Zombro, I, and Lucas Francis over Aiden Davis
And
Brandon Bone.
I guess I gotta get out of seat because
Not quite yet.
You're gonna have some visitors here coming in here.
In a minute or two. A couple 2 treat.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes today's PJBT here at Trindle Bowl in Mechanicsburg, sponsored by BowlerX.com. Our runner-up finishers in the scratch division, bowling amazing today. $100 scholarship for each of them, and the runner-up medals goes to Aiden Davis and Brandon Bone.
Aiden Davis, Brandon Bone, second place finishers today.
Our runner-up finishers in the handicap division, each bowler receiving a $100 scholarship, certificate, and medal goes to Malia Briggs and Katie Thompson.
Malia Briggs, Katie Thompson. Runner up today in the handicap division.
Okay, and for our winners for today, in the scratch division, shooting a Baker 300 in the semifinal, a $200 scholarship for each bowler, and the first place acrylic plaque goes to Lucas Francis and Darren Zombro III.
Lucas Francis, Darren Zombro III, your champions today in the scratch division.
Nice bowler. I'll get a picture in a moment. And our winners in the handicap division, a dominant performance today, a $200 scholarship for each one of them, and the first place acrylic plaques goes to Gabriel Mooney and Giorgio Cipollone.
Gabriel Mooney and Giorgio Cipollone, your champions in the handicap division.
All right, thank you, everyone. Stay tuned for final interviews, and we'll see you next Sunday for the finals of our adult junior. Our next event will be at Midway Bowl in Carlisle. See you next Sunday.
All right, let me set up the camera for some interviews.
All right. Yes.
Go ahead, Shirley.
inside.
Sure. Thank you. All right. Let's get rid of some scoreboards here. At least where the scoreboards were. All right. We're here with our handicap division champions today. Giorgio Cipollini, right? They said it? Ah, that's close enough. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Gabriel Mooney.
Thank you.
All right. So, you guys led the field by quite a lot. What was the key on Stone Street today to have such a large lead?
Honestly, so at first it was, I stuck with the Black Widow Legend for a little bit. Just play the same line I played yesterday. After the league, after the lane started to break down around the third match, took out the heat, moved left a little bit, came up high, and then I kept going left, right to the point where I'm against the gutter. And in practice for finals, we were just testing around, seeing what we could do. I ended up just messing around, seeing if I could throw my spare ball. Came up high, a couple shots, but it was definitely worth it.
Giorgio?
I mean, really, it was just all adjustments. We wouldn't be right here if we didn't adjust the whole day. We worked really hard.
Okay. All right. So how many years have you guys been bowling for?
It's my fourth.
Jesus.
Don't look at him.
Like 11, something like that. More like 10,
Okay.
I want to say.
Okay. How old are you?
13.
13.
Oh. You bowling since
Yeah, he's been bringing me
you've
the
been
ball
bowling
now.
since you were in pull-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about he was in the bowling alley a month after he was born?
All right. So again, don't we're just going to ignore that gentleman over there right about now. Okay. So where do you guys bowl out of?
Spro lanes.
Yeah,
What?
Springfield.
Spro lanes.
Springfield.
Springfield. Oh, that's a little bit of a trip. A little bit of a trip for you guys. And this is PJBT tournament title number 1. 1-1. We got to get you a bowling shirt.
I know. I was like, I asked him to order one today, but last week I wore this again. So
So now we're going to turn and talk to them just for a second. Get him a bowling shirt.
It'll be ordered.
Get him a bowling shirt. EFX Apparel.
it's gotta be today though.
Get the Team Fats logo on it. You want to be on my team. It's free. Ask for the Team Fats logo. So who do you want to thank?
Honestly, I want to thank George's dad and my dad personally. 'Cause, like, they helped with a lot of it. Because Giorgio's dad, he helped adjust with a lot of stuff. He told me if you really want to use the spare ball, do it, but make sure you have to be consistent with it. He's really an emotional support.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad, Mr. Mooney. Like we wouldn't be. They helped me with all my. Well, they helped us with all our adjustments.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else?
My stepmom.
Okay. Do you have
she-
like a Saturday morning coach you want to thank, or
Not really. I mean, yesterday I was on my own. I bowled a 740 yesterday, so.
okay? Maybe you'd like to thank each other.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
thanks for coming out.
Yeah,
No,
that would be nice. So I'm assuming we're gonna see you guys team up again.
Yeah.
Maybe in April at Little Heasters. That's a little bit closer of a ride for you guys. All right. Where are you going to celebrate? It's your first title. You got to go celebrate.
Well, at this point, since we got to go 2 hours back home,
No celebration.
yeah,
Next Saturday.
we might buy ice cream here or something.
Next Saturday.
You got to go celebrate. Doesn't matter if you get home at midnight. Big deal. You got to go celebrate.
Well, my mom cares, so.
Your mom will be fine with it. It's your first tournament title. You got to go celebrate somewhere.
Yeah.
Even if we're not listening to them. Even if it's Sizzler, you gotta go celebrate somewhere.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Waffle House.
We'll figure it out before we go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, taking home the handicap division title, their first PJBT now, which means they are automatically qualified for the season-ending tournament down in Limerick. We got Giorgio Cipollini. Did I say it right this time? And Gabriel Mooney. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
All right. Sure. Sure. All right, now let's bring in our Scratch Division champions. We got Darren Zombro, and Lucas Francis. I'm not sure if I've ever interviewed these gentlemen before. Watch the back of your head. We don't want to give you a concussion.
I didn't think this chair was broken.
So, what was more impressive? Shooting 300 in the semis, which, let's face it, you did a lot of the work. He only shot 5 shots. You shot 7. So
Without his, though.
You did a lot more of the work. Or beating a team that almost had you double in score. What's more impressive, in your opinion?
I think the 300.
I think beating the team.
Okay. That's cool. They each chose one. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. So, how did you guys bowl on Stone Street today? How'd you handle it?
I struggled most of the day trying to get out the corners and everything.
Which is Trindle.
Yeah, that is true.
You do that at Trindle. Kind of, it's like Clearview West. Or Clearview Northwest or something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Lucas.
The left side was generous today.
Okay.
Getting it to the pocket wasn't the problem, like you said. Getting the corners in the back row, definitely the struggle of the day. And then making it, of course.
Let me ask you a question. Serious. You're a lefty, I think. How deep can you go that you feel comfortable being a lefty? If you had to play fourth arrow, could you? Are you comfortable playing fourth arrow?
I could play fourth arrow, but I wouldn't be as consistent as I would.
Well, no, I wouldn't expect it. But do you feel comfortable playing?
Yes.
Okay. Fifth?
Pushing it a little
Okay.
bit more.
Got it.
That's where I was playing.
Yeah.
Oh, so you were screwing with his line.
Yeah, kinda.
It's on my side.
So this is PJBT title number what for you this season? Like 26, 27, I don't know. Like 7, 8,
Fourth one this season.
Fourth? That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And then, have you sat here with me?
I've came in second and third a lot this season.
Yeah, you have.
A lot.
You have. So this is your first this season?
Of the season, yeah.
What total all time?
I want to say 4 or 5.
Okay.
I have, yeah.
Okay.
A lot of second place finishes.
I mean, the only thing I don't like about when you win, and I appreciate the fact that you win, the only thing I don't like is when I got to update the website, then I got to start moving names around because you're kind of climbing the list, and I got to start adjusting names around because,
Trying to get to the top, you know.
Yeah.
So you don't have
Yeah.
to move my name anymore. You just got to change the number.
Just change the number, yeah. Yeah. All right, so who do you want to thank?
Well, I want to, of course, thank Pure Pro Shop.
Of course.
And the supporters, Lucas's dad, my dad, for being here, taking us, supporting us throughout the whole day.
Yeah, I would want to thank the parents, of course, for staying with us all day, cheering for us. Darren for bowling with me, and everyone at home watching and supporting us through this live stream and everything.
Nobody thanked us today.
For you holding the tournament, of course.
Yeah.
So let me, one question before I let you leave. What I like about our doubles tournaments is the finals format, the strategy. I'm assuming you guys would have been comfortable if you had to throw the 10th frame.
Me?
No, the guy behind you. Of course you. Because he shot the 10th frame both games. But if they had chosen to, let's say, start the match,
Yeah.
were you guys going to flip? Or were you guys going to stay in the same lanes and you shoot the 10th frame and you shoot the odd number frames in the game? What would you have done?
Probably let you stay on that left lane, right?
Yeah. Because I had nothing on the right lane.
Yeah,
Okay.
Right lane was
Was trash for
really
me.
Okay.
difficult.
Okay. Were you surprised how they decided to do it?
Yeah.
And that,
yeah.
like, they kept the lefties apart and kept the righties apart.
Especially after the semifinal match.
Yes.
Especially
Yeah.
after that.
All right. So we're going to see you guys team up again in April or not? Yes, no, maybe so.
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. And you are a senior this year. And you are a senior. Have we made our school choice yet?
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
All right. Do we know at least what we want to major in?
Yes.
No.
Do you care to share?
Environmental engineer.
Environmental engineer. You want to drive trains in the forest. Got it. All right, cool. All right, taking home the titles today. we have Darren Zombro, the third, and Lucas Francis. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go celebrate. Have a milkshake.
Nice bowling, gentlemen. Okay.
Hey, another tournament in the books.
Another one in the books. We wanna,
Glad to have you back from Florida.
thank you.
Yeah.
Too bad we got to watch our travel home because it's not 60 degrees anymore. It's 0.
Yes. Well-
But that's okay.
I travel home the Turnpike, so from what I understand, it wasn't bad on the Turnpike at all. So.
Okay. All right. Well, we will see everybody next Sunday for the finals of the Adult Junior at Midway Bowl in Carlisle. So make sure you tune in next week for more PJBT action.
Yep.
Have a great week, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
Tell them before we leave. Tell them what they got to do to get the discount.
Oh, yes. Sign up tonight by 11:59. You can go on the website, sign up. As long as you have a $20 deposit in, you will get the discount entry fee.
What's the website?
PJBTBowlingSeries.com.
All right, you know it. For all of us here at the PJBT Tour, we will see you next week from Midway Bowling Center.
See ya.